week 3 of ORM456, Business Proposal Design. David Brewer here with this week's Brewers Bullets, the 3 things we need to be thinking about from past, present, and looking ahead in the course. Let's get right to it. Bullet number 1. This past week, we spent some time analyzing proposals. You did your draft proposal request for your business proposal project, but we also looked at other proposals, and ideally this gave us some good ideas about ways to do and not to do proposals, ways that we can learn from how other people have put them together, both content-wise as well as structure and format-wise. That's the hope. Related to the discussion board, I'm sorry I didn't get my discussion board thread up earlier before people were posting their answers to Lockyer and Kinsler. I know that that is not the most interesting conversation topic, which is why I tried to rephrase it a little bit with my thread and ask a specific discussion-oriented question so we can find out what are our weaknesses and our strengths and how can we work well with that. I'll be trying to do better on that, getting that up earlier as these next few weeks go on. Bullet number 2, this week, in addition to the discussion board stuff, we have 2 paper assignments to do. First, we'll be exposing ourselves to qualitative versus quantitative research. So are we looking at numbers or are we looking at themes and concepts? So you get a chance to explore what both of those look like. The kind of approach that you might need to take on your business proposal. My guess is that we will all probably end up with some of both, right? We'll need to have some data, whether it's financial numbers or cost numbers, time frames, evaluations, staffing levels, some different kinds of things like that. But we'll also need some concepts or some themes, how people feel about things, maybe survey results in a qualitative way, maybe interview responses, things like that. We'll probably end up needing both of those. So that's one paper. That's 300 to 500 words, so not very long, just a little bit, you explaining what each of those concepts are and then doing some comparison between qualitative and quantitative. After I provide you feedback, which should happen probably tomorrow, on your rough draft proposal request from last week, after I provide feedback, take that feedback and incorporate it into this week's larger assignment, which is the formal proposal request. So this is the one that you would submit to your boss or to somebody in your organization to say, this is the full layout of what I want to do in researching this particular issue and coming up with recommendations for possible solutions. So this week you get a chance to take my feedback, put that into practice, and it is important that you pay attention to the sections that you need in the proposal request, which are listed out in the syllabus pretty clearly. So look at those and make sure you're covering all your bases with your formal proposal request this week. That's number 2 this week. Bullet number 3, looking ahead. Where are we in this course anyway? Well, I guess you could say we're pivoting. The first couple of weeks we've spent time learning about proposals, different types of proposals, the sections, how to put things together, and we've been thinking about our organization and some issues or problems that exist in that organization. This week, we'll be finishing up our proposal request, like I talked about, and then the pivot comes when we start to actually do the research. So we've laid out how we want to do the research, the issue that we're approaching, and now we can start doing the research both online and in organization to move toward putting together our proposal with our recommendations at the end. So I do want to stress, I want to emphasize that my expectation will be not just that you've got lots of fantastic online sources, but that you also have in organization, that you're talking to people, whether it's doing a survey or interviews or some different kind of format, gather the data directly from the people involved in the issue that you've identified. This is why it's so important that we've identified an organization we're very familiar with and an issue in that organization, because now we need to go talk to people and say, what do you see as the issue? What's really going on here? What are the implications? What are ideas that you have for how this might work better? This is your chance to gather a lot of data without already knowing the solution in your own mind. Organizations do not like it when you come with the solution already and then try and fit the data. Do not proof text. Don't try and fit the data to the solution that you have coming in up front. Instead, have an open mind. This is the issue. Gather data from people's perspectives. And then you'll be able to start putting that together into the formal business proposal write-up that will lead to your conclusions and your recommendations. All right, any questions? You know how to reach me by email, my Spring Arbor email address, or text me, 503-422-1736. Look forward to talking with you more. If you have any questions anytime, please email or text. That's what I'm here for. And I'll see you online.